Hi, this is Vanessa with Designs by Vanessa. Today's tutorial is on a chunky cowl or infinity scarf, and it is a beginner's pattern. So let's talk supplies and materials. You will need super bulky yarn. I'm using loops and threads. It's kaleidoscope, 77 yards per ball, and the color is lapis. So I used approximately 154 yards. So you'll also need a 10mm crochet hook, and you'll need a pair of scissors and a tape measure, just so you know how big your piece is getting, and a tapestry needle with a large eye, and grab a stitch marker if you need, but I don't use one, and I think it's large enough that you don't need one. So let's get started. Start with a slip knot, hold the tail end, wrap your yarn around your fingers, and come back up through the loop and then tighten. So insert your crochet hook and pull on the strand to tighten. So you're going to start chaining, and it doesn't matter how you hold your hook. This is how I like to hold it. And I wrap the yarn around my finger twice. You yarn over and pull it through the loop, yarn over and pull through. So that's how you chain. And I like to keep my fingers on the bottom, my middle finger and my thumb, because it kind of helps control the chain, so it's not flopping around. So go ahead and chain 46 stitches for the cowl and 90 stitches for the infinity scarf, or until your cowl is 26 inches or your infinity scarf is about 48 inches. So now let's join so we can work in the round, and make sure your piece is not twisted. Insert your hook into the first chain stitch, grab your yarn and pull it through, and then through this next stitch. So work a slip stitch to join, and then we'll start on round 1. So chain 2. Now the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So right here in the same stitch, you want to work your first double crochet stitch. So the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Okay, so there's your first double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and into the next stitch work another double crochet stitch, and then into each stitch around you will work 1 double crochet. So I'm at the end of the round, and I'll go ahead and finish working my double crochet stitches into the last couple of stitches. That one's a little tight. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that's my last double crochet. Now you want to join with a slip stitch. Since the first chain 2 does not count as a stitch, you will join on to the top of the first double crochet right here. Okay, so now round 2 you chain 2 again, and that does not count as a stitch. In the same stitch right there you work your first double crochet stitch, and then you work your next double crochet stitch in the next stitch right here. So all you're doing is working 1 double crochet into every stitch around. And so it's really a repeat of round 1. And that's going to be what you'll do for the remaining of the cowl or scarf. So go ahead and work your 1 double crochet into every stitch around. Okay, so I'm at the end of my round 2. Again, you want to slip stitch to the first double crochet, not the chain 2. So work a slip stitch to join, and so you're basically repeating the same round until you're happy with the height. Now for the cowl, mine was about 13 inches with 15 rounds, a total of 15 rounds. And for the infinity scarf, I worked a total of 9 rounds, which gave me about 7.5 inches width. So go ahead and repeat the same round for as many rounds as you'd like. Okay, so I have this much yarn left, but I think I'd like to stop now. The cowl measures, so I'm measuring the height, and it's about 13 inches. So right here, 13 inches tall, and for the width, it's about 13 inches, so 26 inches around. So the circumference is 26, and you should stop around the 9th round for this infinity scarf, and it should be about 48 inches in circumference and 7.5 inches tall. So here I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving a tail, so I can weave the ends in. Go ahead and grab your tapestry needle and run the tail through your yarn needle, your tapestry needle, and I'm just going to run it through the loop and tighten. Okay, and then go ahead and just weave in your ends in the back or on the inside. So you'll want to weave in your beginning tail as well. Alright, that's it. Now you're done with your cowl or infinity scarf. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.